get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Bobby Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Galu. The hardest part on my tongue, thinking this is warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. You put my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the plaques, you Decepticons. Fake rappers to the streets like Cobra. 80s they before they like. Up in the storage and I'm man. Up, down, man, I'm cheeky. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja turtle back, turtle clans get defeated. Hop in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. You're from the West Coast. Get up! You already know that the early bird gets the worm. Now, on this video, we're going to talk about media grifting. Shout out to my man, Tori and Rain Reloaded. Is that really a thing? Does a media try to grift and tell us exactly who we supposed to like or what aesthetic are we supposed to like? We're going to talk about that today. But again, in this episode, hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know what it is. The real question is... All right. If you are seeing this video, thank you for coming in, watching this video with me. This is a pre-recorded video. So anybody that's in the chat, like, what's up, Dre? I'm sorry, and I'm not there. I do this episode. I am I'm having some medical stuff done, about to get old. So, I gotta have my checkups or whatever. So I gotta go to the doctor. So that's the reason why I'm not live. But thank you for catching this video. Again, shout out to Tori and Rain Reloaded. We're going to talk about grifting and what the media does. Is the media really, partake in grifting or a grifting society? And the video is going to explain what all of this means. So let's go ahead and get into the video real quick. And again, shout out to everyone who is in the live chat watching this. Shout out to everybody who's watching this on the replay. I appreciate you guys so very much, that come in and do what you guys do. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that that you keep your brother's channel going. You know what I mean? So let's get to this video. And this is called What is Grifting. And this is honestly not the first time I've heard this when it comes to the media, but to me, this is the first time I heard it, I guess, in this context. So I'm gonna do a reaction video on it. Again, shout out to Tori and Rain Reloaded. Make sure to go like and subscribe to that brother's channel, and let's get into it. Let's see what this exposing the grift. What is grifting? Let's get into it.
A Keynesian beauty contest is a scenario where individuals base their choices not on their own preferences, but on what they believe others will choose or find appealing. It's so named due to the phenomenon where judges of a beauty contest vote on whether or not the other judges find a contestant beautiful, rather than what they themselves think of a contestant. It seems rather counterintuitive, but when this concept is applied to other realms of society, it begins to paint a clearer picture. One example is an election where a voter may support a candidate they think is most likely to win rather than their genuine preference to avoid apparently wasting their vote. I think the
That's a good
Republican
one.
Party demonstrates this quite well, as back in 2015, when Trump announced his candidacy, the party fought hard against him in the primary, but when it became apparent that he was striking a chord with the public and was likely to win the nomination, everyone fell into place. The Democrats seem to take the opposite approach, where they seemingly decide who they want beforehand and push that candidate regardless if they are popular with the public or not, and this has resulted in them getting beaten in 2016 and 2024.
Bernie won every single county in West Virginia.
Counties.
Yes.
Every
This is
single
actually-
county went for Bernie.
let me just-
and Mingo.
I'm not gonna lie. This wasn't what I expected, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. This is kind of back in my old alley. You know what I mean? Kind of like this. Let's hear what they got to say.
Hillary came in third place behind somebody named Paul Farrell. I don't even know who that is. Okay.
Even though Bernie Sanders won all
Bernie was very
55 counties in West Virginia,
Very
the West
popular.
Virginia Democratic Party went to the Democratic National Convention and told this lie.
19 votes for the next president of the United States, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Single lone West Virginian
Bernie won all 50.
did her
And there's
best
a well,
to
all
put
50
her little homemade sign within the camera frame
Wow.
so that the American people would know the truth.
Politics isn't the only area where the Keynesian beauty contest makes sense. The stock market is famous, or infamous, for investors buying a stock they believe others will find attractive, only for that investor to pull out early while the interest is high, making a nice profit in the process. On social
Wow.
media, this concept goes from amusing to outright insidious. Media grifters will make video after video on a property before it has even come out. in
This
an
is what I'm
attempt at
talking
catching
about.
the wave.
This is the reason why I don't like the word woke, is because of the way that they angle it. This is now I'm starting to see. You know what I mean? Now I'm starting to see that when they start talking about the woke this and woke that and woke. You know what I mean? Just to be able, if people are legitimately grifting to that side, so they could be on part of the. Oh, I want to be part of. I don't want to be woke. This is woke. Anything black woke. See what I mean? Go. Oh man, let him. Oh my God, let me shut up. Okay.
Of hatred before it starts, and often end up being wrong while hilariously changing their tune. This concept is core to the grift and is a surefire sign that you're dealing with a grifter when you see it. But what is a grifter? Given that the nature of this series is to expose grifters and
Not
their
that they got
behaviors, you
Lando
might be
Calrissian
wondering
is
why
woke.
it's taken me so long to define what grifting is. I'm often criticized for being too optimistic, and I can see where those people are coming from. I assumed we all knew what a grifter was, but after making my video on the critical drinker, I noticed quite a lot of people,
The critical drinker.
mostly his fanboys, attempted to call me a grifter, which I found amusing, but it also made me realize that people don't know what a grifter is. So today, I'm going to define it
I know
for
what
you
the
and
bird
provide
man
some
is.
examples so that from now on, you will be able to identify when someone is grifting.
Hold on, I gotta just say this. I know exactly who Birdman is, because he used to make videos against I think it was I literally godly I think it was videos against what is it? Everything Wrong With. So he used to make counter videos to that. And me and the Birdman really literally got into a heated debate about it was about science or something. We were going back and forth, and I didn't have a platform. I had 100 subscribers, probably not even that. And this guy was way ahead of me. You know what I mean? And he didn't pay me no attention when I was like, well, get on my show. You know what I mean? So, okay, Shout out to him for this though. I mean, that was like 4 years ago. Like, I think it was like 4 years ago. But all right, I'm digging it. Let's keep going. Oh, my bad. My bad, yo.
We provide some examples so that from now on, you will be able to identify when someone is grifting.
I knew that Blanca picture looked familiar.
The term grifter traditionally refers to someone who engages in schemes for financial or material gain, often involving deceit. A famous non-controversial example would be Charles Ponzi, the originator of the infamous Ponzi scheme, a type of investment fraud where returns are paid to earlier investors using the capital of newer investors rather than legitimate profits. Under this definition, if I tilted my head sideways and squinted my eyes, I can kind of see why people don't think what Eric July, Yellow Flash, and the Critical Drinker do is grifting. Their audience's defense for them is that they are simply telling everyone their opinions, and opinions can't be grifting, right? Well, when we call these people grifters, it's a shorthand for media grifter, which is a different kind of grifter. A media grifter engages in the dissemination of false or misleading information, not necessarily out of genuine belief, but as a calculated move to attract attention, provoke outrage, and maintain relevance in the media landscape.
Now, haven't we said this about, I've said this about Tyrone Magnus. I've legitimately said this about Tyrone. Like, I was a fan of Tyrone until he started grifting towards everything is woke. Once he started talking about everything is woke and this woke and that woke and woke, I got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I legitimately got tired of it. You know what I mean? But I can understand you're grifting to make money. You're not grifting because you actually believe this crap that you're saying. It's to engage in this foolishness so it attracts people to your channel.
These people have a profit motive. The key element of any grift is financial or personal gain. By selling outrage, these individuals tap into emotional responses to drive engagement, which translates into clicks, subscriptions, and ad revenue. Like the Ponzi scheme relies on enthusiastic and inexperienced investors, this type of grift relies on the gullibility of the audience or the person that's being sold the outrage. Grifters capitalize on the audience's biases and general unwillingness to scrutinize the things they're saying. In a previous video in this series, I spoke about how go woke, go broke was just a cute saying that doesn't map onto reality. Whether or not media grifters actually believe this debunked concept remains a topic of discussion, but what is clear is that their audience actually believes it's real, and that's entirely the problem and why this series exists. Let's pause for a second and talk about another type of grifter, the flat earther. I have another series where I debunk conspiracy theories, and the one topic that seems to come up rather often is the archaic idea that the earth is flat. Obviously, this is not true.
Was this what we were talking about?
To believe the things prominent flat earthers say. But
no, we were okay. I just to pause it for a second. I remember we were talking about the concept of, you know, I would say that I believe in the Most High. I'm an Israelite. You know what I mean? I'm not a Western Christian. I'm literally a Hebrew Israelite. I'm just put that out there. If you don't know, that's what I am. Now, what I won't do is get on a corner, yell at people, and call white folks Edomites. I won't do that. I'm about education, you know, higher understanding, you know, to the Most High, learning Greek and Hebrew to understand what the Bible is really saying. And that's where we got a debate in. And we were literally in his comment section. I'm just talking about this is probably going on for days. You know what I mean? Just about what, you know, and it's belief. You know what I'm saying? You believe in science. You know, I'm not saying science is wrong. I would never say that because there's things that can be scientifically proven. You know what I mean? But there's also phenomena that cannot be proven just with pure science. That's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. He has his opinion. God bless you. Just respect mine and respect yours. You know what I mean? So I don't have no problem with that. If he believes the world is not flat, cool. If somebody believes the world is, I don't want to say it's a pancake, you know what I'm saying? But if that person believes that, cool. You know what I mean? Because none of us has a rocket ship to go fly around the world to see what's really real. So and I'm not going to believe NASA. So
therein lies the point. It's the gullibility of the audience that allows a grift to continue. Interestingly, there is a challenge for flat earthers called The Final Experiment that will take place in December of this year. The Final Experiment is a group of science communicators and flat earthers going on an all-expenses-paid trip to Antarctica to observe the behavior of the sun. I reiterate, all expenses paid. That will be important later. The objective of the final experiment is simple. If the Earth is a globe, the sun in Antarctica will never set and will be visible 24 hours a day. If the Earth is flat, you will not be able to see the sun in the sky all of those 24 hours, and if the sun sets, it will prove the Earth is not a sphere. Obviously, we already have proof that the December sun is visible 24 hours a day in Antarctica, but the thing with true believers is that they have to see things for themselves, and the goal of the experiment is to get prominent flat earthers to see that evidence for themselves, hopefully cutting the head off the snake. Now, you would think that an all-expenses-paid trip to perform an experiment of this magnitude would be immediately leapt at by these flirts. Finally, they will be able to prove once and for all that the governments of the world are preventing normal people from going to Antarctica and that the Earth is flat, and it will justify everything they've been saying all this time. Right? Well, what happened is that when certain prominent flat earthers were invited on the trip, they turned it down. Again, I remind you that all of their expenses would be paid, so what possible reason would these people turn down what is clearly an opportunity of a lifetime? My point is likely starting to dawn on the more astute of you. Turning down this opportunity immediately outed them as grifters, or people capitalizing on the gullibility of an audience, as they themselves may not be true believers of the things they're saying, and instead are seeking personal and financial gain.
Because I was honestly being like, where is this going?
By participating in the experiment, they would prove the Earth is a sphere, and by extension, ruin their ability to grift. Get it? By engaging with the facts, they risk exposing themselves as profiting off of the true believers, thereby losing their stream of revenue. And this has already happened. Austin Whitsitt, a flat earther with a sizable channel here on YouTube and one of the participants of the final experiment, was called a shill by his own fans, with some going as far as to claim he'd been paid off by the organizer of the trip. It got so bad that Austin had to address the claims outright, where he admits the sun doesn't set and tries to prove they are in fact in Antarctica, while his former fans harass and chide him for being a part of the nebulous they.
You know, I'm sitting right here telling you that it's real. And so if all of a sudden I'm an actor, I'm a shill, whatever, you're just ridiculous. Okay, everyone know. You know that I'm not.
Watch the NFL season with YouTube TV to access local and national games.
You might say, well, Birdman, flat earth is obviously not true, to which I would agree. But you see, when I point out that go woke, go broke is also obviously not true, the same person that saw through the flat earth grift might pause. This is likely due to being inundated with this idea from prominent content creators over and over, and in their mind is a truism due to the illusory truth effect taking over. So, as I said, this series exists to scrutinize the things these grifters say, to show you the things they say are not true, and to show the manipulative tactics these people employ in their attempt at maintaining relevance in this space. In their pursuit of farming and harvesting outrage, media grifters latch onto anything they believe will be controversial to the public, whether that's a game or a movie being so-called woke, a media property adapting something with source material and that material is being changed in some way, or just if a woman or a black person is in a prominent role. The strategy is simple. Make a video.
Now, I do make videos about race swapping. And the reason why I make videos about race swapping is because there are way too many characters that doesn't have to be race swapped to be able to be effective. I make a video because I give you example, the Yahya Abdul-Mateen cast in the play Wonder Man, where there's so many other black characters that could be played. I don't care about that woke crap. I'm talking about the other characters being played by people that look like them, and leave white folks characters to themselves. We already know that white people made these characters. I don't have a problem with white people on screen. What I have a problem with is that when a character is race swapped unnecessarily, and then there's other black characters that would never get that screen time by that actor, right? That actor would never get to be able to portray that character and make him prominent like you would the character that you're race swapping. Now you're elevating a white character that didn't even have to be elevated to begin with a black guy. Put a white guy in there. Well, we're supposed to be a white woman or whatever the case may be. That's the problem. I do that, but I don't go into this woke crap. It's stupid.
Or Twitter post about a media property that hasn't been released to the public, complain about it by featuring the hot talking points of the day, which these days tends to be how woke something is, possibly predict it'll fail, rake in the engagement. When that media property releases, two things can happen. One, if the general audience dislikes that media property, make a video or a post gloating that you were right about it sucking, and therefore any media property.
Did I say that about the Acolyte? How they woked it to death? And to me, the Acolyte wasn't bad. Everybody is saying it's bad because how many people now, again, there's true Star Wars fans out there, you know, that don't like Kathleen Kennedy or whatever she's done. I get that. But in my opinion, it was not a bad show whatsoever. You know, was the structure a little disjointed because of what they were the story they were trying to tell? Yes, I can say that. I'm not an idiot. At the same time, I don't think it's as bad as it is made out to be. It is all because it's a black woman that was leading and they didn't like what was said with the lady behind the scenes, all this other stuff that created a media firestorm. My personal opinion.
Superficially resemble this one are also shit and will fail, so people should trust your expertise on this subject. Or two, the general audience likes that media property. When this happens, two more things can happen. A, you can ignore that the general audience likes the thing and continue to push the rhetoric while teaching your audience to call the general audience sheep and NPCs that like slop.
So does this movie answer the question? Yes. Did Gladiator need a sequel? It does answer it. And the answer is no. But was I entertained? Yeah. Like if I'm giving the Commodus thumb there, I'd give the movie a thumbs up. I have myself an enjoyable time. No alcohol required.
But I'll give the CGI sharks this. They
I don't like nerd.
Of an acting
I didn't like
as the
neurotic. I don't like his takes.
Pedro Pascal. You know, the guy who called half the country Confederates and those bad guys from World War II. And for his efforts, he gets cast in absolutely everything, which will, I think, eventually lead to a soft reboot of Being John Malkovich.
Or B, you can lean into the like of the general audience and pretend it wasn't woke, and that's why it did well.
I mean, Peach is just like, there's literally, Peach has done nothing but be stoic and smart and powerful and commanding, and Mario is bumbling, stumbling idiot. Look, like right there, she just has this confidence. You know, she's just standing there with all this confidence.
What's going on, everybody? I just watched the Super Mario movie, and this is just gonna be a quick review of my thoughts on the film. I loved it. Peach is not a girl boss.
That's why you have to be careful. Like what I said about Brave New World. I know exactly what I said about the movie. And I know I said that I want Anthony Mackie to be the lead, not the co-lead with Harrison Ford. He needs to be the leading man in that movie. So if I come back and I watch the movie and he's not the leading man, he doesn't have the major scene, he doesn't have the hero jersey, your hero journey, then I'm going to say it. If he does, then I'm going to be happy for it. I'm not going to down it, but I got to have that. That's an honest review, an honest take on that. Let me keep going.
Although under the current Hollywood template, I understand why some people are very sensitive to some of the lines in the movie or the approach, but Mario is very much a hero in the movie. Princess Peach she is kind of like badass and everything, but we've seen her be badass before.
Seems like you should stop making that type of content before a movie comes out, right, Jeremy? It's always a fucking Jeremy, isn't it? Anyway, now I've spoken about the critical drinker at length, so forgive this repass, but he's just so rich with examples of the behaviors I'm talking about that I can't resist. Famously, before the Barbie movie came out, media grifters assumed their audiences wanted to hear that this movie would fail because it was obviously woke. So they made video after video and social media post after social media post describing how this movie would go broke because it had gone woke. Then the movie comes out, and suddenly these same people began scrambling for excuses for the film's success. You know, obvious cope. But the critical drinker did something strange. He decided to push the idea that the movie hated men.
What none of us expected was 114 minutes of spiteful, bitter, mean-spirited, borderline unhinged hatred of men and everything even vaguely associated with them. Barbie is like the deformed, mutated rage child of Captain Marvel, Ghostbusters 2016, and She-Hulk. It is...
Jeez. Barbie was actually a good movie. I'm just going to say that now. Barbie was actually a good movie.
Pure brain cancer in movie form, and I was genuinely shocked by the sheer, undisguised contempt this film has towards 50%
I could not
of
listen
the
to
human
that
population.
What can you do with Google Fiber 5 gig? This, that, also that, while doing this.
You see, Drinker miscalculated something. He seems to have assumed the onslaught of pre-release hatred would cause his and other audiences that consume grifter content to not go out and actually see the movie, which, unfortunately for him, many people actually did. His review comes across as a person that not only didn't see the film, but also one who is simply repeating some of the pre-release talking points that were dispelled by the film itself. You see, like all media grifters, he created a problem and tried to sell you the solution, only it backfired this time because the film was a massive success, and anyone who has actually seen the film can attest that his talking points are extreme exaggerations that border on misinformation. But this is the case with all media grifters. They wield mis and disinformation like a superpower, galvanizing a volatile audience that then spread their rhetoric like a weird social virus for which I'm attempting to provide a vaccine. Not according to this guy, though. I am a few things: a video essayist, a debunker, a fact checker, a sit-down comedian. For 7 years, I've called out CinemaSins for lying, manipulating footage, and just flat out being wrong about some of the things they say. In that same time frame, I've made arguments for position.
Yeah, I forgot what video it was, but me and this dude was literally going back and forth. It was funny though. I had no problem with him or anything like that, but you know, that's what it was. Everything wrong with CinemaSins. I knew it was something.
That were relatively unpopular or outright against the consensus. For example, I have videos explaining that the hatred for Resident Evil 3 is misguided, that Thanos is a better villain than Heath Ledger's Joker, that Phase 4 of the MCU is not that bad, and that the first Venom movie is kind of one of the worst comic book films of all time.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. That movie's fucking trash, okay? If you actually sit down, rewatch the movie, and think about what's going on, it's bad every way you look at it. The only thing that slightly redeems the movie is Tom Hardy's performance, which I agree, it can be funny, but that's not what makes the movie good. Just because something makes you laugh a few times, that doesn't mean the fucking movie's good. That's not how that works. But I said enough about Venom.
True.
Fuck that movie.
My point is, I've never been afraid of standing up to the popular belief, and that's precisely what makes me the anti-grifter. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. So you see, the attempts at calling me a grifter are not only unfounded, they're just another form of anti-intellectualism. Expertise is under attack in modern society. We live in a time where the intelligent are called arrogant, and the anti-intellectuals have giant platforms with which they get to spread the idiocracy. If you are a fact checker in 2024, you get labeled jealous, a hater, fake news, a shill, and a host of other unsavory adjectives. This is because people are not actually interested in the truth. They care more about some figurehead repeating what they already want to believe, and grifters are happy to do that for them. This is why the president-elect proudly stated Haitian immigrants were
eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Even though that was
I'm not gonna lie, it was probably the funniest, even though it was dead ass wrong, it's probably one of the funniest things I heard during the presidential debate. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets. Shout out to King Willinitis for making that song, "The Eating the Dogs." Man, hilarious.
demonstrably false and had literally zero evidence backing it up. His audience wanted to believe that, so he sold it to them. To this day, you will find some lunatic spouting this conspiracy theory as if it were true, and that's because it's not facts that matter anymore. And this is how these grifters thrive. Another telltale sign of a grifter is a person that
I will also say this is the way, and this is why I'm going to just lend my personal opinion to this. This is the way propaganda works. Also, the way propaganda works is that you could be able to just say and sell anything to somebody without any facts, any information. It's the same thing grifting, but propaganda was used against black people. You know what I mean? Since we got here. You know what I'm saying? I have a book called the Black Image and the White Mind by George Ferguson. This is where the 3/5 rule comes from. There was a lady that beat her slave to death in the book, because this is a bunch of information, just pure documentation from abolitionists and colonialists. And in this particular book, because it's all factual information that happened, a lady was brought on trial because she beat her slave to death. And the reason why is because she was told that black people were no different than cattle, that we didn't even feel pain. You know what I mean? So when she tried to brand him and he didn't want to be branded, she beat him to death. True story. So this is something that we have to watch out for when it comes to propaganda. You know, like when people say that, oh, you guys don't like Black Panther Wakanda Forever because Shuri's a Black Panther. No, it's not. We don't like Black Panther Wakanda Forever because they killed the main character, but they can recast everybody else. Prime example of that is Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross being recast from William Hurt, who died of cancer, to Harrison Ford. And then the person, Nate Moore, who oversaw Captain America Brave New World, also oversaw Wakanda Forever, decided the black dude was expendable, but not the, you know, not Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. The guy who, you know, the character who's a mainstay, especially when we're going into Secret Wars. No, we need Red Hulk. We need the spectacle. We need to sell you on something. And they sold you on the fact of this man's death. You know what I mean? That's how propaganda works. You know what I mean? Look at Birth of a Nation. You know what I mean? Where they played it in the White House and how people really thought that this is how black people were, or how propaganda worked during the Jim Crow era. How propaganda works now, just this thing, you know, we would rather have, you know, a sexy red or, you know, as a black man or a woman with a BBL and all of that, when somebody like Cooking with Kaya, who's natural, funny, has her own little gimmick going on, gets hated on because black men are liking that. See how propaganda works?
That has ingrained themselves into a community and portrays themselves as an authority on the topic, but clearly has no knowledge of that topic. A famous example is the grifter Eric July, aka Young Rippa 59, a YouTuber that has positioned himself as an authority on comic books. He uses this feigned authority to grift on the hatred of the MCU, and he famously flip-flopped on his like of Miles Morales when he realized he could grift on the racist hatred of a black Spider-Man.
No masterpiece. 10 bad that ain't after me.
We, the members of Family Tech Support, didn't volunteer. We were chosen.
Have a million spider folk, which doesn't even make sense when you consider Peter's origin.
I define everybody that's not Peter Parker as an unoriginal Peter Parker.
Talking about Peter Darker.
Fun fact.
Wow.
Eric used to like the character, even saying he's more than just a black Peter Parker, but he changed his tune when he found out he could make more money pandering to racist comic book fans who hate Miles Morales.
You're just actively making shit up, ha ha ha.
Did you used to like him? Not judging or whatever, just curious.
No.
Do you like Miles Morales then?
No.
Yeah, some characters have been written decently that are of different races and have suited up in the suit of a hero or a version of that hero. One of the more obvious is Miles Morales as Spider-Man. Morales has his own background. This is far better than just simply making Peter Parker a black guy. But
See,
Miles
this is
is
why
an
you
exception, make no mistake.
Yo, this is why you gotta watch what you say on these YouTubes, or privatize your videos or delete them. because somebody will literally pull what you got to say up and try to use it against you. Just like when I said, if they're going to recast Kane, they just make him a white dude. You know what I mean? And then when I say, I just want Jonathan to finish his story, they take that and conflate it. No, if I had my choice, Jonathan would have finished his story because what he got was bullcrap. But if you're going to go to recast Kang and all of that, make him back white like he is in the comics, and let Jonathan go to another franchise that will actually cultivate his gifts, you know what I mean, and do things with Jonathan that he's known to do, in which is be a premier actor. It's in my videos. But like I said, I got into it with Eric July about, the origin of April O'Neil. April O'Neil was based off of, originally she was going to be an Asian woman. That was Peter Laird. But Kevin Eastman, who was engaged to a mixed race black woman, you know what I mean, very light-skinned, permed hair, literally wrote her and drew her like his fiance at that time. Is literally on film. I even got that video on my TikTok. You know what I mean? And you can't say nothing when the guy who co-created TMNT comes out and says that. It's not just Peter Laird, it's Kevin Eastman also. So, but this is what he does to fuel his fan base. You got to be able to pander. And I got a video coming about Dr. Boyce Watkins pandering to his audience too. Let me keep going.
Everybody that's not Peter Parker is an unoriginal Peter Parker.
Eric likes to criticize comic book media as being inaccurate to the source material, a topic we would actually agree on. The difference between he and I, however, is that Eric is very clearly a poser. A couple years ago, Eric had a debate with Bob from Organized Chaos. In that debate, Bob asked a relatively simple question that an actual comic book fan should have been able to answer.
Why, you've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right?
Go back to ISOM. What about it are you asking? What specific
wait. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, action? Right?
Well, because Eric is a grifter and doesn't actually know what he's talking about, he proceeded to stall until someone in his chat provided the answer to Bob's question, and then, wouldn't you know it, Eric is suddenly answering the question as if he knew it all along.
What specific action are you asking pertaining
No.
to ISOM?
I'm going to get stuck on this one. You've read Amazing Fantasy number 15, right?
Let's talk about ISOM. You just asked me a question. Let's quit moving the goalposts. What specifically about
his chat just
ISOM book is pertaining to like an action that you're asking about his motivations?
Dude, have you read Amazing Fantasy number 15?
All right, this isn't a gotcha. Can you please answer the question pertaining to ISOM?
It kind of fucking is. You're talking about being a comic book fan.
Can you please answer the question?
Holy shit! Do you know what Amazing Fantasy 15 is?
There are plenty of people that don't.
Do you know what Amazing Fantasy 15 is?
There are plenty of people that don't know who Spider-Man is. Dipshit.
That's the point. Grifters often do not know what they're talking about, and they roll.
Yo, did you see how long it took him? Just like Amazing Fantasy 15, yeah, the cover, the first introduction of Spider-Man. He's holding the guy, he's saving the guy, going through the thing. Okay, what about it? You know what I mean? And this is going to bring me to in my videos coming out later on today, Dr. Boyce Watkins have the nerves to talk about black people black men are mad about a black woman being Black Panther to pander to your audience that still listens to your crap, not to your financial advice, to the crap you spill, out there for the people to listen to, whether you try to give relationship advice and all of that. Man, Kwame Brown and many other people, even though some people that I don't fool with anymore, have busted your behind and actually showed the difference of how you pander or how you sneakily sneak diss people. These are panda bears, man, and you get tired of them.
Rely on you not knowing they don't know. This is why Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers said Nike hiring Colin Kaepernick was the worst financial move they could make, only for Nike's stock price to immediately hit an all-time high after doing so. This is why the critical drinker said modern movies that feature women beating men in a fight were unrealistic, while simultaneously saying Sarah Connor beating up men in Terminator 2 was realistic.
Sarah Connor was an awesome kick-ass fighter in Terminator 2, but the film never tries to pretend that she's bigger or stronger than the men around her. Instead, she uses weapons, the environment, surprise ambushes, threats, and hostage taking to even the odds. And it works.
Y'all.
You believe that she could actually accomplish the things she does, and the natural result is that you buy into her character more.
Only for her to do things like this.
And it works. You believe that she could actually accomplish the things she does, and the natural result is that you buy into her character more.
Sure, Jan.
How are these people continuously getting away with saying obviously wrong things, you might ask? Well, because you let them. They're pushing the rhetoric you want, so it doesn't matter that basically everything they say fails a fact check. People like me are just part of the woke agenda, so everything I say about these people, even if it's right, is just leftist tears, jealous that these people have more subscribers than me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Editor Birdman here. I just had to appear on screen because that screenshot is really funny to me, because it's like, I've been going after CinemaSins for like
he has been a long
just under
time.
10 years.
A long time.
Their subscriber count like never came into the question for me. You know, they had like 8 million when I started, and now there's something like 9, just under 10 million. That's an impressive number. It's a huge number. But when I went after them, it was never like, oh, they have a lot of subscribers. That either is going to make me scared or make me jump at the opportunity to reach, 8 or 9 or 10 million people. So it's just weird to see people go, well, the critical drinker has 1 million or 2 million subscribers. That's why he's going after.
Yo, did they say that? Did they not say that about me when I went after Tisa Tales? Did they not shout out? Did they not say the same thing? All right, you just hate. You only got 4,000 subscribers, or when I'm on the live and they talking crazy. Oh man, let me just get you to your little 20 streamers when there's more people that's watching me on X at that time that was watching me on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I would say shout out to Birdman. I do like the fact that he is a debater. He's about facts. I'm not nowhere close to that, because there is fact over feelings. You know what I mean? And my personal beliefs don't overstate the fact that this man has been doing his thing for a long time. So I would say shout out to the Birdman and him just putting himself on camera, because normally he don't do that. So shout out to him. Shout out to this video. Let's wrap it up.
Look, I'm going to throw up on the screen a tweet I made 3 years ago. I've been saying this about this dude for forever. So the video that I made on him literally wasn't that it was a trend or anything like that. It was people were like, Birdman, where's the video? You keep promising the video. Make the fucking video. So I made the fucking video. There you go.
Why'd I say I'd man the grill? I don't man things. Just find the knob that makes the hot fire.
You want the real red pill? Well, this is it. People like Andrew Tate, the critical drinker, Nerdrotic, and Eric July are the ones keeping you in the matrix. They are the agents protecting the system. That system being the spiral of consuming misinformation that puts money in their pockets. Andrew Tate told you to your face that crypto is a scam and a way to exploit people like you.
Are you going to launch your own crypto? No, I'm never going to launch a crypto. I just like to with crypto Twitter, because crypto Twitter are full of the biggest degenerate losers on the planet. They're losers. Crypto is the only scenario I can think of where you can make a whole bunch of money while benefiting society zero.
But he has a crypto coin. Eric July pretends to be an expert on comic books, but doesn't know what a legacy character is.
What is a comic book tradition?
New legacy character? What do you mean new legacy character? Are
You
you talking
understand-
about knockoff versions? Is that what you're referring to?
Okay, so you understand what a legacy character is, right?
Yes, I'm asking you for clarification. Can you answer what the question I just had?
Well, I'm trying to understand how you are asking what a legacy character is. A legacy character is simply
I
a
am saying,
character.
what do you mean by new legacy character? If they're a legacy character, they wouldn't be new.
What? No, legacy characters are characters that carry on the legacy. You understand that, right?
Yes, I understand that, but if it's a legacy character, the character itself has been there and it's ingrained in comic books, as you just said. So what do you mean new?
Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking?
And the brainwashing has worked because the sheer amount of people that just repeat things these people say has completely overrun the internet, and no one on that side seems to question the validity of these claims. We can't even have a game award show without this nonsense, where world premieres for highly anticipated franchises and companies are harangued with anti-woke rhetoric. Apparently, this woman is too masculine for some. And I mean, what part of this woman is ugly? Is it the hair? You don't like the hairstyle? Is that what makes it woke? Well then, you're going to have to explain why this masculine woman and this shaved head wasn't woke back then. Because we all know how you love Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley, now don't we?
All right, that's the video, y'all. I highly enjoyed that. Like I said, you know, even though me and Birdman was going back and forth in his comment section, I did invite him to the Dre Mac show. You know, I even forgot what the conversation was, but shout out to him. Shout out to that video that he made. Absolute great information. I was really trying to find out certain things where he was getting at, but then once he started tying it up to a nice little ribbony bow, I was most definitely enjoying it. So you guys tell me exactly what you think. Did you like this video? I am not gonna lie, I highly enjoyed this one. I'm not gonna lie, I highly enjoyed this one. Great information. You already know what time it is.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
All right, thank you guys for sitting around with me with this particular video. It's a long video. I know, I understand, but there was some great information to hear. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below about this video. What did you guys think? Just let me know. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Enjoy you guys this Monday. We're almost close to Christmas. Where's my outro at? Birdman gonna get me. I love this video though. I'm out. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.